Hi, Ruth. It's Momo. Cinnamon. And Cupcake. Ruth still wants attention. My little Coco's here. You're nibbling on my hand. My Darla. Honey. And Sunday. You're looking so much better, Sunday. You went to the vet a week and a half ago because you had an enlarged salivary gland down here underneath your chin. But I don't feel anything this week. You look so good. You look good too, Coco. You're so handsome. You got some squishy little lips. Ruth's still over here trying to get me to pet her. What are you doing? What are you doing? We cut all of their hooves today. Mom and Dad and Daniel helped me. So now all of them are good for the next several months. You and Darla. Sunday and... where is she? Sunday and Cinnamon were the hardest to do because they were just fighting the whole time. And Coco was probably the easiest. There's little Dixie over there. Dixie was pretty easy too. But Ruth and Darla, their hooves were growing really badly in the back. Just growing underneath. So the whole bottom part was just covered with overgrowth. Which is not good. They're like my little minions. They just follow me wherever I go. Aww. We do have to tip the chairs over though because they'll jump on there and get their legs or their horns caught in the handles. And then in here we have Mr. Smo showing this new hay feeder we have. So we have, I think four or five. I think four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 bales of hay in here that are squished down so no one can get on top and pee or poop on top of the bales and just soil them. And Cupcake, Honey, and Cinnamon all like jumping on top of here and eating, even though this is just so they won't get on top of the hay bales themselves. But it's working out really nicely so far. And we raked up all of the excess hay that was over here and pushed it near where their bedding is so they have extra warmth. Here's my Dixie. She's been so sweet lately. She's been loving pets and she likes eating out of the pail for their feed. My mom and I mixed a few weeks ago a grain mix that they love so much and are a slave to. Look at Honey up there. Look at her. These are what we did their hooves with. And as I made noise on that, here they all come because they're like, grain, grain, grain. But no, you guys already had enough grain for today. I'm sorry, you guys had enough. I really want to keep the grain for whenever I have to trim their nails or worm them. So that whenever I do have a stand for them to be on, they can just eat that and that'll be their incentive for being good. What? What? What is it, Darla? Let's see, her horn's looking really good. Let me see her horn. Can I see it? Just for a second? It's even starting to grow back a little bit of the fur that was lost, if you can see that right there. So she's looking really good. Here's my Sunday. Look at his big old horns. And my Cinnamon. Trying to open it for them. It's not going to work, you guys. They're so cute. And then with all the other hay from last week that was wasted and the week before, I raked it out here and just lined it all up against this side and then against the other side on the outside too. Just because the dirt sometimes leaves gaps and I want to make sure that it's really insulated whenever it starts getting cold. So here's all the other hay I did on this side, and then their water container's drying so we can fill it with some fresh water before we leave. All the babies. Look at all the little babies. And then the biggest baby. Oh my gosh, Ruth. Every time I turn the camera, she does something bad. It's like the third time she rammed somebody, and it was as soon as I took the camera off of her. Yes, mama. So mom and dad could work on that. They wanted to put like a metal sheet right here. So to get all of them away from that so they could be locked out while they work, I went all the way over there where their pile of rocks are, and I put some grain out on it so they could all eat and be distracted over here so they don't realize that they're locked out of their house. Yes, your mom was always right next to me. Anyway, so lately every time I give them grain, I notice that they don't give any to Dixie, which is really mean and terrible, and they all bully her. So I'll always put out most of the grain for the whole group, and then Dixie and I will go around a corner and I'll give her the grain out of the scoop, so she just eats it straight out of the scoop. So she's kind of conditioned now that like, oh, like whenever she feeds them, her and I are gonna go off somewhere. So even when I went and I was putting the feed out on some of these rocks over here, Dixie was like right by my leg, like, come on, let's go hide somewhere so you can give me your extra grain so I can have my special treatment. But I really wanted her to be able to eat with them, so I just dumped it all out and she did fine. They just need to learn to be nicer to her and to share with her, but she's just so shy and intimidated by them. It's just kind of hard. And now they're all like looking for any little remnants of grain that could be left over from this afternoon. And then here's the pond, or what was the pond, reflecting all that pink in the sky. It's so tiny now. Hopefully they don't ever need to use this to drink out of the water, but I'm really glad that it's a lot more like just dirt now and hardly any water in here. Even though ideally it wasn't supposed to fill up again, it was just bound to happen because it looks like a meteor hit the ground out here. But it's fine. If they ever actually run out of water, then obviously I'll be there for them. My little babies. Trying to eat my shirt. What are you doing? She's been loving scratches all day today. I honestly didn't think she was going to want to come up to me after having to hold her while she got her nails trimmed. But no, she's fine. And Coco's still headbutting me, but he thinks it's funny. Whatever. Here's my sweet Sunday. They've all been getting their cashmere second coat, and so now Sunday's sides right here are just so soft. On both sides, he's so soft. And his horns are so big. Sweet boy. And then they had their anemia treatment ever since they had their wormer 2-week deal. And Smoey's eyes are looking so pink and bright, and I'm so happy because they were so white not that long ago. Oh, he's eating the leaves. Anyway, so I was really happy to check up on his eyes because I've been hesitant to ever since I saw how white they were before we started the worming treatment. And so now, since that was maybe a month or 2 months ago, and I've been giving them the anemia treatment for, I don't know, like every weekend now pretty much. They're just looking so much better, and I'm so happy. Because the vet told Mom and Dad that the apple cider vinegar that I give them to help with it is like an old wives' tale and doesn't do anything, and that I should stop giving it to them because it's pointless. But obviously she is kind of wrong about that because they're living proof it is better. You saw Sandy and Coco's faces over there. They don't look like little softballs anymore. They just look normal and happy, and they're just so much more healthy now. And the vet doesn't know what she's talking about. There's Smo and Dixie. Dan says Dixie's Smo's girlfriend. I can see that because they both have spoiled baby tendencies now. Especially now that I give her special green on the side.